Hello race fans, and welcome to the second ever edition of Beyond the Flag here at Brighton Speedway, our weekly recap. Tonight for June the 28th, 2014, 6 divisions on tap for the 8th night of the 2014 Chase for the Championship, presented by Deerhaven Farm and Garden, and this edition presented by On Dirt Racing News. My name is Clayton Johns. The first feature of the evening went to the Bills Johns Comp 4s, and Rich Sanders walked away with the feature race win for the third week in a row. The Brighton, Ontario native went 20 years waiting for his first feature race win and has now won 3 consecutive races in the Bills Johns Comp 4 division. Outlasted Riley and Brady Greer, who finished second and third, as Sanders walked away with the feature race win, winning by over a half a lap in car number 29. Next out onto the racetrack was the 30-lap A-Main for the Vanderland Building Products Pro Late Models, and Charlie Sandercock walked away with his 4th feature race win of the year. Sandercock started deep in the field and drove his way all the way up through a caution-filled affair that struggled to get going through the middle portion of the event, but when all things were said and done, Sandercock beat Phil Potts to the line by about a full straightaway. Potts settling for second in car number 29. So a good night overall for the Foul Mood Racing team. Sanders comes home with a victory and Potts comes home second. Next feature up on deck was the Gord's Water Fantastics, making their second appearance, or their first of 2 appearances, here at Brighton Speedway this season. And Mike Freeman in van number 51 walked away with that feature race win. Great run for the number 51 van, as he came away with about a half a lap advantage when he crossed the start-finish line over the next closest van. Up next was the only visit of the 2014 season for the Tusa Canada East Mod Lights, and Paul Klager picked up the feature race win. Jim Boguette was the winner in the 8-car heat race a little bit earlier in the night, but Klager had this track figured out, and the Beamsville Bullet certainly living up to his nickname here this evening, as he comes home with the victory lane. Comes home in victory lane here tonight at Brighton Speedway. Following him, the 30-lap main event for the Oil Guard Anti-Rust Canadian Modifieds, round 2 of the Rona Trenton Triple Crown for those drivers, and Dale Locke started on the pole and led every lap on the route to his second victory of the 2014 season, and well earned, as he beat Andrew Hennessy and Ryan Scott to the line. Both of those drivers were side by side battling for second right on the back bumper of the 13 car in the closest finish of the night, as Dale Locke walks away with the feature race win with the Oil Guard Anti-Rust Canadian Modifieds. Andrew Hennessy's streak of 4 consecutive race wins is snapped, and Ryan Scott comes home third. Final feature race of the night was probably the most exciting one for the Brighton Automotive Pro Stocks, their 20-lap feature event. It looked as though it was going to be things as normal as Doug Anderson and Justin Ramsey started to drive their way through the field, but after a caution a couple of laps into the race, Doug Anderson went to the pits late in the caution period and came back onto the racetrack 3 laps down, and Justin Ramsey, a couple of penalties in the race, forced him to the rear of the field. That opened the door for the first career Brighton Automotive Pro Stock feature race win for Leslie Mowat in car number 2. Leslie Mowat beating out Sean Gregory in car number 1, who's making his first appearance of the 2014 season. But a very emotional win for Mowat as she wins just 2 weeks after the passing of her father. So a great win for the pink number 2 here at Brighton Speedway. Very emotional victory lane for Mowat, as she thanked both her father, her crew, and her fans here at Brighton Speedway. So that will do it for us here tonight at Deerhaven Garden Farm night on night number 8 of the 2014 Chase for the Championship. We'll be back next Saturday night, July the 5th, for our time trial night and Canada Day celebration. Time trials will take place at 5 o'clock for each of the 4 main divisions. The Quinty Septic Stingers will not have time trials, but the main event of racing will take place at 7 p.m., preceded by time trials at 5 o'clock. We hope to see you out here next Saturday night. For everybody here at Brighton Speedway and On Dirt Racing News, we thank you for joining us here tonight. My name is Clayton Johns, and we'll see you next week.